Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made it known before the 2023 general election that he was going to bring back the old national anthem if he have his way.
We are one and one Nigeria, and we should be proud of our going back. That is the past. In fact, if I have my way, I will bring back our old first national anthem. That describes us much, much better. I don't know why we change it. It's about service, it's about diversity, it's about commitment, the value our nation builds.
Here we are 1 year later after being sworn in as the 16th president of Nigeria. And the Speaker of the National Assembly is here thanking him for bringing back the old national anthem.
I want to thank you for bringing back our national anthem, the one that we grew up with. I'm talking about those of us who are above 60, 50, above 50. And for the young ones, I'm sure by the time you sit down, read it line by line, word by word, you will see why it is very, very important for Nigeria to revisit its former national anthem, because it inspires hope. It inspires hope. If we can follow to its logical conclusion, Nigeria will be a much greater nation.
Turning the old national anthem is one of the most fastest bill ever in the history of Nigeria, of which it went with the speed of light and passed, and the president has signed immediately. What does that tell us? What bill or how has the National Assembly been able to hold the executive, the president, accountable for the loss of lives in Borno, in Meduguri, in Jos Plateau, in Makurdi, in Benue, in Guma, in Cross River? Today as we speak, there is a total sit at home in the eastern part of the country, ordered by the IPOB, and there is an exam that students are supposed to go for, West African exam. But when you look at the fact that even the head has been accused of being a certificate forger, and then you see how students are being displaced in the northern region, as well as people out of school children have increased, as the ASU came out to complain the other day that the economic hardship in Nigeria has resulted into so many dropping out of school, and they don't care. You see, so somebody who doesn't have or know the value of education cannot give you the education. That is what it all seems. Because how can the Speaker of the House of Representatives be thanking the president for bringing him back? Well, the one that, okay, the president sent the bill, right? And then you pass it. Just first reading, second reading, and then poof, they sign it into law. Let's look at this line by line. Now, we said in that new national anthem that is now official in Nigeria, they talk about no man will be oppressed. When you underline that no man will be oppressed, who are the oppressed here? Is it not the federal government? They are oppressing Nigerians with policies. We have seen high inflation rate. We have seen a lot of things happening in the country. Then we talk about justice will reign. We have Mohbad, who died under this administration, and they have been cried by Nigerians, that justice should be made for Mr. Mohbad. If actually you have the intention of returning Nigeria back to the old national anthem, and you say that you speak more of Nigeria, then why is it that you were not able to even give justice for Mohbad among many? What about Sarah, who was killed for blaspheming in Sokoto? What about the other lady that was killed in Koba? What about so many that has happened over the recent years? In fact, within the last 1 year. What about even the Presidential Petition Tribunal? Let's not forget about that. And so many other issues. Then, what about the people in Okwama? Did justice reign in Okwama? Was that how to pass justice? Let's ask ourselves those fundamental questions. And then, we talk about, having our flag as a symbol. Oh, yes. And then, we went ahead to say so many things in that new national anthem. But the question still remains that everything they talk about tribe differs, but we saw what happened in the election, in the last election, and we are still seeing how some ethnic group are being targeted, and so many things have been happening since after the election, and as well as the president and this current administration went into office. We have seen so much happening, of which they have been crying that some certain ethnic group has been sidelined. When you look at the appointment, when you talk about the unification of the country, you saw a Muslim ticket in a state or a nation that is multidimensional when it comes to religion and culture. But what happened? You chose to go for Muslim ticket when we have a lot of Christians in the northern region. So you didn't see any Christian deemed fit enough to be your vice president, right? And then we're talking about unification of the country. It doesn't work that way. There is something behind the scene, and Nigerians are not seeing it yet. We just hope that this man doesn't hand us over to the Americans or the United Kingdom empire to recolonize us again, maybe for the next 100 or 400 years, just like the children of Israelites had it in Babylonian and Egypt in the olden days. What do you make of this? Let's have this conversation in the comment section. Thank you for watching.